Society as a whole has lost control of our desires, and with that, society is going to fall. Their desires aren't real, they're from a different reality, and because of that, so are they. It's Take Life Seriously here. We're living in a world where people are struggling with this thing that you probably haven't heard before, but it's called disinhibition. Disinhibition is when we become impulsive to the things that benefit us short term but kill us long term. Disinhibition is when we have to do something because the neurological pathways in our brain tell us we are addicted, we have to do this. Disinhibition can show itself in many ways. It can be when a guy hits on a girl he doesn't really care about. When you go home with a to-do list full of things to do, but instead you just play video games. Or during your reading time, you wind up in a doom scroll and all of a sudden, reading is over. Or you say to yourself, I'm not going to watch a certain type of adult content, and you end up watching it anyway because you need the pleasure. Now, Gen Z in the world currently is struggling with disinhibition in many ways. The first one is lust. We date girls we know we don't resonate with just for the physical aspect of it. Men are watching things online that they know are wrong because they can't control their desires. We've gotten to a point where we need to wank one out every night. Now, why is this disinhibition? Well, it's degrading you. You start growing fetishes, your brain becomes destroyed because of all the dopamine. Your dopamine level used to be here, now it's like down here. You can't focus on anything because you're just blowing yourself with cocaine every night. You can't focus, you have a lack of self-control, your self-image is destroyed, blah blah blah. I could go on and on, but those are for other different videos. Now I think the next level of disinhibition comes from distracting softwares. TikTok, playing music in your ears, video games. Even if it's for 5 minutes while the teacher isn't talking, it's all a big dog whistle for I cannot sit with my own thoughts without blasting myself with dopamine. I cannot tell you how long I haven't listened to music, and it's because I know what it is. It's just motivation. It's just something that you get used to. It's like caffeine. If I started listening to music in my workouts, I would feel more motivated, but at the end of the day, all that music did was give me pleasure, made me foggy, and made me do mental masturbation. It's crazy how everyone all of a sudden just became a slave to dopamine. It's crazy how quick people are willing to distract themselves in the face of boredom. Now, when I'm bored and waiting for something, I might distract myself with work, I might reply to a comment or something. But when normal people distract themselves, especially the Gen Z type, they're not very productive with it. They are completely slaves to dopamine. They'll get every little itsy bitsy scroll they can get, and then they'll fucking run home to goon to something that they know is inappropriate. And how you stop this is you need to realize these things for what they actually are. Every day when you wake up, journal, how does porn benefit me? How does video games benefit me? How does scrolling 5 minutes when I'm waiting for the teacher to start talking benefit me? I did this exercise and it completely differentiated my perception of lust. Let's do porn for an example. Write down in your journal short-term benefits of this, and then short-term negatives. Long-term benefits and long-term negatives. Short-term benefits, there's a little bit of endorphins. Maybe you were sexually frustrated before, now you're not sexually frustrated. It might make you a little bit calmer too. Short-term negatives, now you're not going to feel the full wrath of lust in the short term. You'll probably not like what you've gooned to, so you'll probably take a hit in your self-value, and you'll probably feel a little bit hopeless. So your self-image is destroyed, and you're hopeless. Now when it comes to the short term, you will take those things easily for that pleasure because that pleasure is so much. But that short-term pleasure does not outweigh the long-term negatives. Let's go with the long-term benefits of porn. Zero. There's zero long-term benefits. There's a crap ton of long-term negatives. Your dopamine receptors are fried, so everything becomes dull. Your focus is worse, your discipline is worse, your self-control is terrible. Every guy who watches porn regularly has no self-control. It doesn't matter what woman comes up to them. They'll peg anything. They'll watch anything they can on the internet and they'll trade almost anything for sex. So I hope you understand this. It's about the long term. You need to think about the long term. If you don't want to be in disinhibition, you need to think about the long term. Disinhibition is all about, oh, I need the short term. Long term doesn't matter. I need to feel good right now. You need to think about the long term. You need to understand the addiction or the thing or the short term benefit for what it is. And you need to ride the wave. So when you get an urge, you don't just commit to it. You ride the wave of it. You ride the wave to urges, whatever it is, social media, when you want to get into a scroll, you just turn it off and you just feel it for what it is, especially lust. Lust is different than anything else because lust is energy. It's not just a craving. So lust is something you really need to ride the wave of. You need to be surfing that bitch. Well, Ashton, how do I surf that bitch? When you start to become lustful, when you start to get a desire, it is a power. You need to realize it for what it is. Oh, I'm getting this desire. You know what this means? This means energy. Instead of thinking, oh, how am I going to make myself not want this? I'm going to go to the gym. I'm gonna push myself as hard as I freaking can, and I'm gonna use all of this energy to push through. And I will push so hard, it doesn't matter what my perception of woman is, because I'm just gonna be drained after. I'm going to use this energy for great things. This is why I'm committing to semen retention, is to use this energy for great things. So think long term, understand the addiction for what it is, and ride the wave. I hope this video helped you. Make sure to take life seriously. See you guys next time. Peace.